Greetings, my friend. How are you this wonderful day? Thank you so much for joining me here on Thank You Life. This episode will be Thank You Life for Persistence. To introduce myself, my name is Aaron Cezuri. I'm a 200-hour yoga teacher. I teach at the Niles Girard area yoga room. I also teach chair yoga. I teach yoga for rehab, for recovery from substances. And this guy right here is Kitty Cat. Kitty is my constant companion, my helper in these videos. He usually shows up to get some scratches and some attention. I'm very grateful for him being here today. He was lost for a time, but now he's come back. Yes, he has. So, thank you again for being here. I wish to do a brief recap of all the other episodes in very brief order, kind of a join together. So, we had gratitude. Gratitude was the way to the path, the door, the place that we could open into health and happiness by showing gratitude for various aspects of our life, whether it be our workplace or our favorite pet or anything else. Gratitude, if we can bring gratitude into a situation, it really does open up the possibilities for health and happiness. And then we have honesty. Honesty is a way for us to kind of sustain the doorway opening of gratitude to be able to tell what the path is to gratitude, to health and happiness, to be to be honest with ourselves when something may be pulling us away from positive feelings and something may be bringing positive feelings into our lives. I find, at least in my life, that I can be both ways. I can either be honest with things that do bring me gratitude, or I need to be more honest about the things that do bring me gratitude that for whatever reason I'm not affirming at the time. And then we have compassion. Sometimes honesty can become something that makes us rigid, makes us follow a certain set of rules, a certain system that we find when we do find something that works, but the thing is life changes moment to moment. So compassion for ourselves, compassion for others can help us be flexible, can help us actually find more opportunities for gratitude and honesty in our lives, more opportunities for health and happiness as we do learn to be kind to ourselves and kind to others in our lives. And then next we have we have practice. Practice is very important because practice can help us find a sustaining path to walk on in life that will grant us all of these opportunities over and over again for for that health and that happiness, the honesty and compassion and the gratitude that life can have for us within us, but without a practice, without a method to do so that is sort of becoming at a point subconscious, almost like driving a car, then it can be quite burdensome to always have to start over again from scratch. So for me, I would say practice becomes a foundation for how to live out life and through good habits, helping me with all those other qualities. And then we have patience. And patience comes with developing a practice, having regularity for that practice in life. Just waiting for it to happen as well as sustaining the effort. So that's where we get to this week's Thank You Life. Thank you, life, for persistence. I would say for me, persistence is a sustained effort. A sustained effort in a practice that helps me to integrate into my life, to form good habits into my life, to welcome all those qualities into my life as a daily activity, not so much a new discovery. And although every day does have its fair share of new discoveries, but this way it becomes a little bit more like driving a car. It becomes more subconscious, it becomes more natural, it becomes the way that we naturally live our lives and pursue whatever we are pursuing, because persistence has a lot to do with following through in pursuits with a sustained effort. It could be a grand pursuit like a college degree of some sort, maybe some career we are working towards, a family that wish to we wish to bless the world with, as well as our own lives. But it could be something very small, like getting up in the morning, making lunch. All of these things require persistence to some degree too, require a sustained effort of positive energy, an energy that helps us to keep a nice forward momentum towards those goals, whatever those goals happen to be. And of course, like all the other qualities, they relate together. We need compassion, we need honesty. When working with persistence, we have to be kind to ourselves, we have to be kind to others in order for persistence to be successful. I feel in my own life, I've seen this example. If you try too hard to work in a way that is not right for a given time, whether it be because you're not you're not finding that avenue successful, or maybe it's in the way of some relationship you are working with at the moment in your life that you wish to be persistent in. Well, flexibility, compassion, and honesty, noticing that what's happening is happening, will aid you in those persistent pursuits, those grand goals as well as those small ones. So every day is different. Some small goals can seem quite grand sometimes, actually. It depends how we're feeling day to day. And that's where gratitude can aid us if we are gracious. We are gracious in this journey of life, if we are gracious in the opportunity for persistence to be an ingredient for a happy, healthy lifestyle, then it becomes a little bit less of a task to do. It becomes less work, and it becomes more joy and more fun, and becomes more of a fun activity for us to do rather than a drudgery that have to pursue. So practice, of course, is in there. Persistent practice, very close, very close. I would say that a practice would be the method, and then persistence would be a way to sustain that method. So practice and persistence are very close, as well as patience. Without time, without without a way to allow it to happen in your life, allow it to take root through patience, allowing it to flourish as it will flourish, allowing it to grow and blossom as it will kind of move outside of our control. If we let it, it will become more and more wonderful than we can ever imagine that practice. So patience is important, closely related to persistence and practice. And I do believe that we will move into the practice today, the practice for this week at this moment. The gratitude practice for persistence is to take time in your life to notice, to notice the energy that you are bringing to different situations in your life. When you do find that you do have a practice in your life that you wish to keep going, whether it be pursuing a grand goal like a degree, or whether it be something like perhaps there's a physical workout routine, or maybe there's a routine like yoga, the physical movements, or one of the other branches that you want to keep in your life, you want to sustain. So, noticing the energy that you are experiencing while you are within those practices is very important, as well as other practices. Just trying to be always aware of whether our energy is positive or negative, and trying to take notice of what may be helping us to find that positive or negative energy. So, trying to move towards the sustaining positive energy in different activities that we do believe, that we do feel honestly within ourselves, whatever those activities may be, that is enriching our lives as well as others' lives. Sometimes things that can be very healthy for us, that can bring us happiness in the long term, can seem maybe a little bit like taking medicine at times. I know when I started yoga, it could be rather difficult to keep up the effort, to work my way into postures that weren't always the most comfortable for me at times, but did help me feel a lot better, help me feel like I'm growing in a much more positive way. So learning about that energy, they can sustain a persistent practice, a practice that is in more joy than kind of a grinding sort of effort, can do real wonders for us. So just taking time to notice what is bringing positive energy into our lives and negative energy, and trying to do our best to create situations in our lives where the positive energy is outweighing the negative energy, that we can sort of guide our consciousness into a more positive state. And we can experience different activities, whether they be at the workplace or at home doing something that we might do to relax, but always taking note of connections that we could find that might aid us in infusing, as you could say, or creating like a circuit, maybe you could say as well, for that positive energy to not just be imbued in those relaxing activities at home, but also those activities in the workplace and otherwise. So thank you so much for being here today, my friend, on Thank You Life for persistence. God bless you. And if you would, I would ask you to thank your body and your mind and your spirit for being here with you today, for helping you balance your way through life in a persistent practice of health and happiness. Health and happiness if you give these aspects of your life permission to sort of join together, to work together. So thank you so much, my friend. You have a wonderful, blessed day. And I do hope you'll join me again, once again, on Thank You. All right. Very wonderful. Bless you. Namaste.